Robin's having this book party tonight for her book, Quivers of Life.
Yeah, somehow you have to have a party to inaugurate a book or something. So
Yeah, I had to have one, too.
I got roped into this.
If I ever write another book, I'm not having another party.
I'm not a partier. You know, it suddenly occurred to me today. What am I doing?
I know.
Why do I have to have this? Come big a headache to me.
Yeah, well, I've got a bigger headache over your party.
Why?
Well, first of all, it's a weird party. Did you see your invitation? It says you got to give money at the door.
Oh, yes, absolutely. What do you mean it's a weird party?
No one knew about it. Everyone's been in here talking about how much money...
Oh, Jackie is upset.
Not Jackie even. Jackie didn't even know because he never got an invitation.
Oh, you didn't?
Like, who was the first... John came up to me and goes, how much money are you bringing with you to the party? I go, I'm not bringing any money. What are you talking about? He goes, you got to give money. I said, what? What, Robin's shaking down the place?
That's right.
You're working. I'm working, too. I got to make a speech. So It is not.
It is, too.
How much are you giving?
$1,000.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Oh, for God's sake.
I can't get in without a donation.
We just gave money to the American Red Cross.
You know, there are a lot of needy and very
for?
worthy causes
What charity?
out there. It's a place, I don't know the name
What's
of the
the name of the charity?
I don't have it in front of me.
Oh,
but it
must be very dear to your heart.
It is, absolutely.
I know her PR company. It's the same one. They dreamt this one up.
Child care.
Yeah, sure. You don't even know the name of the charity. Your PR company.
But I know what they do.
Yeah, okay.
Start badgering.
Who found this? Clores?
No.
Be honest.
Judith Regan.
Oh, she found it.
Found it, but I think it was Dan Clores and company that decided it.
I know this isn't you. I know this isn't you.
I don't even want to have the party.
I know. So let's not show up. Why do we have to go?
You sort of can't show up at your own party.
No, we got to go. So anyway.
Because believe me, this is coming. Nothing but a pain. Do you know what they're making me do? You talk about headache.
What are you doing?
I have to ride down the street. I have to make a spectacle of myself again.
No, don't do it.
This time they want me in some kind of a boxing robe with boxing gloves on. And I'm going to have fighters running alongside.
Why do you have to do that?
As I'm on the back of a flatbed truck.
Because
so
Dan...
I'll probably hit the ground.
Didn't I go on the back of a... Can't those guys come up with new ideas?
You were on a flatbed truck?
Yeah, I did a whole thing. I came in a flatbed truck and I got pulled in by a bunch of girls on a...
You were on a beer and you were carried.
No, in fact, Ronnie got into a car accident with my flatbed truck. It was
I didn't know you were. I didn't see you come in, so I didn't know how you got there. I saw the girls carrying you.
I think they got the same truck. Ronnie's car is still, the bumper is still on there. Ronnie was trying to follow it, and the truck ran over his front.
Ronnie back his bumper.
Yeah, he got his whole car wrecked.
Oh, boy. No, so I got to have the fighters running alongside me, and it's supposed to be some whole big deal about the entrance.
Well, you going to be late?
Late? What is late to a party?
Are you going to be late to your own party?
No, the party starts at 6 o'clock.
And you'll be there at 6?
I don't have to be there when it starts.
Oh, boy. I better get a room in the city.
Oh, stop it. Doesn't go that
You don't know how this party is. So this is what happens.
What?
You know, they called me from your publicity department and said to me, can we have a list? Can you compile a list of all the people that you invited to your party? I said, okay. So this was no easy task. So me and Laura got together, and Laura did a lot of the work and said, went through the computer and all this, and then I had to take the list and cross off my aunts and uncles. I was going to leave it on just to see if you guys invited my aunts and uncles and stuff. But I forgot to cross off my parents, not thinking.
I wanted your parents there.
Well, I was trying to think for you, but selfishly I was going, I don't really want to go to a party with my parents.
I'm thinking for you, too.
Yeah. I mean, there were some people on the list that I was like, I don't know. I tried to leave everyone on there that you obviously, if there was even any question, I would just leave it. Let you decide.
Yeah.
And evidently, in your typical fashion, I know things about you.
Here we go. Now, I get blamed for, I don't even want to have a party.
Robin gave no thought to the guest list because we've been going around. Like, Jackie went up to somebody here, I won't mention her name, said, hey, we'll be partying tonight. I guess I'll see you at the party. And she goes, no, I wasn't invited. This is someone you work with every day. Yeah, so I said, of course.
Jackie's causing me trouble.
I said, Robin didn't sit down and think about any of the people.
I'm causing trouble.
Yeah. I said, Robin is not giving any consideration to those.
I'm not forgetting anyone. Everybody can come.
You are so cured. So, anyway.
What do you mean? Am I getting upset?
I'm going to read the book.
Anyway. So, anyway.
I'm not even going to show up now. I'm very pissed at you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, don't show up.
I'm very pissed at you now.
I'll go. Then I'll end up on the flatbed truck with the boxers.
You're so surprised if she does.
Jackie will. Right. So, anyway, So my mother calls me up, I guess. The invitations came like 2 days ago. Or
Again,
something.
not my fault.
All right.
They couldn't even pick a date.
So my mother calls up and goes,
Howard, pick up. I hate this machine. Pick up.
So I said, hi, Ma, how you doing?
Let me speak to your wife about Robin's party.
Oh, boy.
And then I go, Ma, you don't have to go to Robin's party. The only reason you're on the list is because I put your name on it.
Oh, that's not true at
Yeah,
all.
please, I had to do this.
You.
I said, Robin would not even notice or... She goes,
I have to go to Robin's party. Robin invited me. She is my friend, and she would be hurt
That's very true.
if I didn't come.
That is very
I said,
true.
Ma, you want the bottom line on Robin?
Oh.
I said, I don't mean to burst your bubble, but Robin wouldn't even blink or flinch if you weren't there. She doesn't even know you're invited. I
do
put you
too.
on the list by accident. Be
That
honest.
is not
Would you be
true.
honest? Robin?
Not true at all.
Honest?
She's on my list.
Okay. Sure. You should see who you left off your list. I said, Ma, I invited you by accident.
Your father and I want to go.
So then I go, okay.
Now, when are you going?
I knew this was going to be
I
the
said,
problem.
Ma, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to get my car, and I'm just going to spontaneously go. And I said, I can't be there late. I got to work the next day, but I want to be there for Robin. I want to go. I'm going to go by myself. My wife yells out,
I'm going.
I go, Allison, Robin wouldn't even know if you were there or not.
Stop it.
The only reason you're invited is because I invited you.
left her on the list.
Yeah, I left you on the list. So she goes, I'm going with you. My parents go, well,
We want to go in with you.
So then I made up this whole story how I'm staying in the city then, and I'm not going to be able to go in with them. They said, okay.
We'll go in, meet you for dinner early.
I said, look, this is getting too complicated. I said,
You're
you know
having
what?
dinner in the
I
city?
said, no. I said, Robin is going to be late. I'm probably not even going to see her there.
I just want to point out that I was on time to every book signing
Good for you.
in
I'm just
Boston, Philly,
Right.
Los Angeles, and Las Vegas. In fact, in Las Vegas, I was early.
I said, Robin's going to be late.
Nobody will know.
It doesn't influence me. I said, Robin's going to be late. I said, and then, I'm
I
supposed
am
to make...
not going to be late.
I'm supposed to make
I'm
a
going
comment.
to be there when they tell me to be there.
I said, I'm supposed to make a comment. I'm probably going to make a comment about Robin. She won't even be there. I said, so, I said, listen, this whole thing is ridiculous. And my mother goes,
What kind of food will be there?
Oh.
listen to this. So I said, well, what do you mean?
They're calling it for 6 o'clock. That's the dinner hour.
I said, Ma, you want to know something?
Is it just hors d'oeuvres or dinner?
I said, you know what? I don't want you to go. I just said it to her point blank. I don't want you to go. You're already being a nuisance and a pest. Why don't you and Dad eat before you go?
If we have to leave at 4:30, how will we eat? We don't eat at 4:30.
And I'm like, whoa, why is it? I said, Ma, it's Robin's party. Why don't you call Robin and ask her to solve this problem for you?
I don't even know what's going to be there.
I'm not calling Robin. I'm asking you what type of... There must... Of course there'll be food.
I said, you want to be honest? I said, first of all, I've worked with Judith and stuff. They're tremendously cheap at these parties. They don't have any food. There'll be a bar somewhere in the corner that you can't get to. I said, there's just not gonna, but now it's my responsibility not only to get them there, but to figure out what they should eat. So then they go,
I know. Your father and I will get sandwiches, and we'll eat them in the car on the way to Robin's party. And then we'll all walk in together.
I said, no, we're not. I'm walking in myself. I don't want to walk in with you guys. I don't want to be seen walking into a party with my mommy and daddy. Now we're yelling at each other. Everyone's upset. They think I don't want them to go, which I don't.
Oh.
I don't want them, we
have to be there.
I said, why? Well, I said, why is Robin's parents not there and you have to be there?
Take that up with Robin.
Have you read the book?
I don't
know
care.
exactly why.
But Robin's parents, I was going to fly your parents in. I was going to wheel your father into the bed. I couldn't believe I said, this is unbelievable. She's having a book party. And I'm arguing with my parents. Now I got to write a book about the abuse. I said, it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. And it's like a nightmare when they're going to eat and is there going to be food at the party. So I said, you know what? Why don't you assume, this is how it goes. And now it's 20 minutes of my life. Why don't you assume that food will be there? I mean, it won't be there. And you should eat before you go. Now it's a whole hassle. Now here's what's going to happen to me because of you. I got to take... I'm going in from my house.
Yes.
My parents are meeting me at the house. My wife. We're all going to pile in the car like a clown car. So when you see me...
50 people.
Yeah, there'll be 50 people coming out of a clown car.
The people just keep coming and coming and coming.
Yeah. What is it?
Mom.
Yeah. Here. It's the Yenta Calaventa. Calaventa. Hey, Mommy. Mommy? Hello?
You calling me names?
Didn't call you. I called you Yenta Talaventa.
How dare you? How dare you? Especially when you're telling untruths.
Tell the untruth and I'll correct it.
And now, first of all, I didn't even want to talk to you about going.
You talked to me the whole time.
I discussed it with Allison.
No, you didn't.
Had nothing to do with you.
I hope you're eating as we speak. So you should leave now for Robin's party. You won't be late.
You are a big mouth, and you are the one who is so concerned.
And you're worried about food.
I never see you stop eating.
You're worried about food. You were worried the whole time. You're asking me. Do I? Let me ask you something.
You're not.
Am I Robin's parents? Am I Robin's parents? Answer the question.
No, you're not Robin's.
Am I Robin's? Do I tell her to have food at her party or not?
No.
How would I know if Robin's going to have food at her party?
I never asked you.
You weren't. Robin don't even want you there. If you weren't there, she wouldn't notice you.
True
Excuse me. Excuse me. I put you on that list.
Don't you dare.
If I left your name off the list, Robin wouldn't even notice.
Dare.
Absolutely.
He is a troublemaker.
Oh, you want her at your party?
Absolutely, I do.
Why did you have your parents?
You could have had my parents at your party.
Oh, please, I wouldn't. Wait, so why would I have your parents at my party?
I know your parents. I love your
Why are
parents.
you torturing me? I want to come to your party. Why do you have to torture me? That's the coolest thing.
I didn't say you had to come together.
Oh.
I get into the city on my own steam.
Yeah, how's that, Ma? You ran out of steam 10 years ago.
I'm just being nice going with you.
Oh, yeah.
Allowing you the privilege of my
Oh, that
company.
voice is in my head. That is such a cutting voice.
It's a cutting voice.
Oh.
It was good enough.
Certainly, Ray, you know that you were always on my list.
Yeah, sure.
Thank you, Robin.
You left out half the people at this station.
And I didn't leave out Ray and Ben.
No, because it was my list.
I'm delighted to
Admit you would not have put my parents on the list.
Absolutely, they would have been
No,
on
they
the
wouldn't
list. Absolutely.
You would never have been on. All right, regardless of
I
that.
will tell him something that he doesn't know.
Yeah.
That I got your list, and then I went over it.
Oh.
So I know exactly who was on that list.
Right.
And what charity is that again that you're raising money for?
He thinks he's the whole...
Yeah, believe me, I know everything.
Listen.
And listen, you.
He knows nothing.
I don't know if Robin's going to have food at a party.
I don't even speak to you.
Why do you... Let me ask you something. So tell us now your
You
plan.
don't exist.
What are you going to do for dinner now? Tell me.
When you spoke to that boy, he doesn't exist? Remember how you
Yes.
said the wind is passing by?
Yeah.
Okay.
Good.
Well, you're going to be
Excellent. I want
I'm
that.
not.
Good. Don't talk to me anymore.
As a matter of fact, I do less and less talking to you.
Good. That's what I want.
Because you're a big mouth.
I don't even hear your voice.
I don't hear you.
You know what? When you lecture me, it goes in one ear and out the other.
That boy, my heart went out to him.
Listen, let me tell you something, Ma. There's a lot of filth out there who want to take your son down. And if he had taken your son down... If he had taken your son down, she's talking about Herman's producer. Dave Herman's producer.
The holier-than-thou attitude.
Let me ask you something. If that kid had been successful in taking money out of my mouth and making the end to my career, which is what he wanted to do, let me ask you something. Should I have praised him?
You forgive somebody.
Get out. You forgive, because you're a victim. You're a victim. You like people to victimize you.
I'm going to have you arrested.
On what charge?
On what charge?
Yeah.
Because he...
Have me arrested.
He misrepresents me. He
Call the police. What's the matter with you? Who's that?
No, it's a good idea.
Oh, my wife. What does she want?
She wants in on this.
How dare you say these things?
All right, tell me. Hi, Allison. Tell me something.
Howard, you misunderstand every little thing.
No, I don't.
And you think everything is centered around you.
No, it's not.
We're trying to get to Robin's party. We all want to go to it.
No.
And it's at dinner time.
Let me ask you something.
I don't want to sit near him or speak to him.
No, let me say. You're going to be sharing my car. You're going to have to sit on the roof.
No, I'm going to speak with Allison.
Why don't I tie you to the roof?
I may go on my own steam.
No, I'm going to tie. Go on your own steam.
I swear to God, I didn't even say a word to him.
No, let me tell you. She said to me. She asked me.
I said to you, how do you want to go about making arrangements to go in?
And I said, I don't want to make arrangements to go in.
No, then I told you what we were doing. You go, okay, let's do it together. I made our
so he
plan
said
totally separate. And you said, okay, we can all fit together. We're leaving at the same
No,
time.
let me tell you something. The two of you are my nightmare.
Oh, how dare you make up this story.
No. The two of you are my nightmare.
You're our nightmare.
Now describe to me what arrangements have been made for food so that you guys...
Food, I told you I'm bringing my own sandwich.
All right, what are you bringing?
None of your business.
No, I want to know what sandwich you're
I
bringing.
don't want to tell you.
Robin wants to know.
Robin wants a
Yeah,
sandwich?
Robin wants to know what sandwich.
The sandwich will be done by the time we get to the party.
And you and Dad are going to eat sandwiches in the car.
No. You don't even know the plan.
What is the plan? Tell me.
Tell him.
I'm not. It's none of his business.
Tell me
you
the
don't
plan.
even know what's going on.
He doesn't know a thing. That's
Hey, listen, you two yentas. If it wasn't for me, you wouldn't be going to any party tonight.
If it wasn't for you, we would still be going to Robin's party.
Oh, no, you wouldn't, because first of all, if it wasn't for me, you wouldn't know Robin.
Oh.
I feel like Robin and I were destined to meet.
That's right.
Yeah, good.
He was just the guy who introduced
Right.
us.
If it wasn't for me, none of you would have a life.
Oh, God.
And if it wasn't for me, you wouldn't have a car to go in.
You know what you need.
Take the subway.
You need
Yeah,
a show
both.
called All My Yentas.
Yeah.
Your relationship with me.
What?
She's very jealous.
He is.
I'm not jealous of anything.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, you are.
You don't know how close you two are going to be. I might leave both of you, and I'm going to never hear from you. I'm going to go to Hawaii, and the two of you can live together.
Right.
Allison, try living with my mother. I couldn't wait to get out of that house.
He'll have you.
I lived in an insane asylum for 18 years.
Oh, behave yourself.
Sitting there like an anal retentive.
Stop blowing
Get the
yourself
T-shirt
up
off the bed.
With your pompous attitude.
Hey, let me tell you something, Mom.
Listen, I got into New York without you. I'll get into New York without you now.
Right, absolutely.
Yeah, and let me ask you something.
Yeah.
Is Allison going to have a sandwich?
No.
No.
You're not going to have a sandwich.
None of your business what she's going to have.
And where is my sandwich?
You better figure yourself. You better pick your own sandwich.
What sandwich am I getting?
You're not getting a sandwich. You're on your own. You wanted nothing to do with us.
No, that's not the case. You foisted yourself on top of me.
No.
Why are
We
you
made our own
asking them
plan.
about a sandwich?
Hey, Robin, you caused all the problems. You sit quiet.
Yeah, I have to tell you.
Hey, why, Ma?
How dare you tell her to sit quiet?
How much money are you bringing for the party for the Fleece Town? Because Dan Clores dreamt
Got
up.
plenty of money.
He wants Robin to have a new image.
Make a big donation, Howard.
I'm not making any donation. My donation is I'm there.
I'll donate for everyone. Just
Thank you.
come
That's
in.
the only way I'll talk to you tonight, with a tremendous check that you stick in front of my nose.
I'm going to tape the check over your mouth.
All right, I'm willing to do that. I'm willing to do that.
Listen.
Well,
listen.
tonight's going to be fun.
Oh, I think so. I'm looking forward to seeing you, Allison.
Me too, Mom.
And Howard, when you want to tell a story about me, you know my phone number.
You're a victim.
I am a victim.
You are a victim.
Of you. Because you
They sit there, watch my father and mother sit there and eat a sandwich like two old washerwomen.
Yeah, and the minute you're sick and something's wrong, I get the phone call, right?
Yeah, that's right. That's the least you can do for me.
Then you remember the number, right?
After the torture.
Oh, that's when you remember the number.
The reason I'm sick is because of you.
Yeah.
You have a right to bring me to the doctor.
I don't know if I caused you a problem, but you certainly have a problem.
Yeah.
He has a problem over everything. We don't have a problem.
We don't have one problem.
No, nobody has a problem.
My daughter-in-law and I are...
Oh, listen to that voice. Are your ears hurting from that voice? Am I the only... What?
We don't have a problem.
I know.
Oh, stop it.
That's Fred.
You have a big mouth.
That's Fred.
Fred? No. I didn't know that he was disrespectful, too. I think they're all getting like you. I hear the win. I hear the win. Disrespectful. All right. Allison, I'll see you.
Okay, see you later, Mom.
I'll see you both.
And if you want to see me, and unfortunately you're going to be forced to see me because I'm providing the transportation.
That's the way it's going to be.
I feel like I'm providing the
Clark.
transportation. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye. Goodbye. Goodbye, mother dear. Goodbye, mother dear.
I'll have you arrested, you and your holier-than-thou attitude.
Yeah.
You're a big mouth.
I can't take. I swear to God, that's all for real. That's what's been going on all week. And I yell all day at Allison. I go, I don't want this. I wish this party would go away. I'll do anything. Robin, I'll throw you a party. I'll do anything you want. Just make the party go away. You don't even want the party.
No, they called me. I'd completely forgotten about this.
Oh.
And they called me on Monday and they said, what are you going to be wearing for the party? And
How about
I'm
a
like,
nice
what
outfit?
Party?
How about a nice outfit instead of dressing up as a buffoon? Boxing gloves. Oh. Everybody comes to me with their problem with the book. Jackie comes to me. Did you see what Robbie said about me in the book?
What did I say about him?
You thank Jackie for not noticing what a lunatic you were? And he goes, what am I, an idiot? Of course I noticed what a lunatic she was. Every day I was in here screaming about what a lunatic she was.
That was sarcastic.
He was just being nice.
That was with great sarcasm I said that.
So obvious.
So obvious.
That idiot knew nothing.
Yeah. You knew too much.
Helen Keller knew you were nuts.
What are the problems?
What are we supposed to bring?
What are the problems?
We're supposed to bring a check to the door.
You don't have to do anything.
I'm not doing it.
It is a request.
I know you don't even care if we do or not.
It is a request.
This is Dan Flores.
It is not mandatory.
Yeah.
There is no admission fee.
Good.
Bring canned goods and all.
Good.
They're not
I got a
accepting.
coat.
Bring your joke tapes.
I got a lot of old socks I can bring.
They are not accepting canned goods.
I'm not donating to a charity that Robin doesn't even know the name of.
Stop it.
Not a
You know,
penny.
you're a awful.
Yeah, because I embarrassed you.
No, I don't have the invitation sitting here in front of me with the name of the charity on it, but I know
would you
exactly what they do.
Well, I know the name if you want.
Oh, no, I know the name, too.
Yeah.
I just want to see if Robin knew the name.
What is the name, John?
It's the Advocacy...
Children.
The Advocacy Center of Manhattan, something like that.
That's not it.
Yeah.
It's a children's...
The Children's Advocacy Center of Manhattan.
That's different than what you said.
Much
And, Haley called me from Dan Flores.
Yeah.
They said that, Robin suggested it, but they found the charity.
Yeah,
and
sure.
they found the place.
Absolutely.
And Georgette...
Just saved your ass, huh?
And Georgette Mossbecker is going to be taking the donations.
Yeah, well, tell her if I see her, I'm gonna have a
You're
big.
going to give her a big donation.
I'm gonna give her a big donation. It's in my pants. She's going to have to reach in for it. Who's that Georgette Mossbecker? Judith's always talking about her.
She's the chairperson of this charity.
Yeah, good.
But I don't know how much to bring. Is like...
John, what does your heart tell you?
Or tells you to get the hell out of there.
Leave your wallet home.
Leave your wallet.
Leave your wallet at home.
50 cents.
I'll get is like $20 cool?
Hey, John, I said whatever.
You're gonna look
your
like a
heart
big dick if you give $20.
Really? You gotta give...
They'll be pointing you out. Cheap.
Georgette Mossbecker is a rich woman who evidently, I don't know, she must think of $20 is like a nickel.
Start calling me cheap now, Rose.
Yeah, that's a start, John.
Hey, Robin, I have a child.
I'm not bringing anything.
For 4 years now.
What do
You have a child?
Yes, in Indonesia, I've been paying for a child $22 a month.
They don't give the money to those kids.
Yeah, Sally Struthers.
You see how Sally
Christian
Struthers
Children's
has grown?
What?
It's from your donation.
You think Sally Struthers isn't using that for food money?
No, the kid writes me letters.
Oh, really?
Yeah, thanks.
Sally's writing in broken English.
Yeah. She has dyslexia.
As soon as the kid's 16, John's going to go visit her.
Hoping she turns out cute, huh? I request a girl.
Hey, baby.
After the son I had, now it doesn't need the money anymore, so they gave me a daughter now that I give the money
He
to.
had a son, now he's got a daughter.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's the way to raise kids. You got a Latino?
No, his name was Lacino.
Oh, Latino.
Yeah. From
What's the
Indonesia.
little girl's name?
Massino.
I don't remember her name.
You're so involved.
hey, I paid a check.
Very good. Good for you. You're a good man. 18 cents a month.
You're making the world safe for
$22
democracy, John.
All right. I got to take a break. And then we'll come back. Yeah, it's a whole big deal. Don't ask. It's never ending. Never ending. I got to take a break. I got some life. Boy, you're so independent. It's fantastic. You go home. You don't have your parents. You don't have anything. No wife, no husband, nothing.
But you need a lot of people, and you have them all.
Evidently, I do. All right, we'll be back right after these words. Hey, good morning, everybody. What's happening? Are you tired? Me too. I'm going home. What time were you guys out till last night?
11:30, 12.
Yeah. You stayed at the party till 11:30, 12 o'clock?
No, we went to get a drink, and then we went to Mott Street.
Wow. Look, Jackie. You got energy. What time did you get up this morning?
5:30. Stayed in the city. It's great.
You know, it's funny, we went to Robin's book party last night, and I'm in the car with my parents and my wife going home. And we were talking about all the different people we saw, because I didn't get this. I don't know, some people I saw there, some people I didn't. So everyone said, well, did you see Jackie? So I go, yeah, everyone has seen Jackie. Yeah, Jackie said hi, and my mother goes, oh, and his wife is so sweet. And,
I didn't see Nancy.
I didn't either. Yeah, but and then someone said, "Anyone see Fred?" And they go, "No." My mother goes, "Well, you think Fred would come up and say hello?" I go, "You don't know Fred." I said, "We have to go up and say hello to Fred every day."
I saw your mom on the way in.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you speak to her, Fred?
I kissed her.
Mm.
So I don't know how that turned into
Really?
that.
I don't know. I guess the rest of us were saying we hadn't seen you, and I said, "Oh, Fred was there? He wouldn't come up and say hello to me. Like, he couldn't find me."
Did you see Howard?
I saw him deliver the speech.
Yeah.
Oh.
I had a better speech than Belzer and Godfrey, that's for sure. That was obvious. Well, Jackie will never admit
you
it.
didn't have to go far to do a better speech.
Right. Jackie will never admit it.
You were much funnier than him.
I was. There you go. He admitted it.
It hurt him, but he did.
Gilbert got up and made a speech to Robin, and I don't think he said one thing about Robin.
No.
He did his act.
It was a generic
speech. I don't know what he had a random rave, and I don't know what he was talking about. It was a fun party. We'll tell you all about it in a minute. I got to take a break first, though. I don't want to get far behind, and we'll be back right after these words with the big show. So Robin had a book party last night, which was...
thank you for coming, by the way.
Yes, no problem. I enjoyed myself.
It's difficult for you to
I'm exhausted this
change
morning.
your schedule.
Jackie and Fred said they were out till like midnight drinking. Oh, you weren't?
I left them.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Jackie will always close every party. He doesn't care what day of the week it is.
No, every day of the week is a party. Hey, what's the big deal? I'm here, aren't I? In fact, he can't keep his eyes open. That's nothing to do with it.
We haven't heard a peep out of him yet.
Yeah. So, of course, as you know, Robin have a party during the middle of the week, and inviting my parents was a big pain in the ass.
You look like you were enjoying your family immensely.
Yeah. Well, first of all, we get to the book party, and my dad... My dad's like kind of antisocial.
Uh-huh.
He used to be like real social, but he just stands there. So he was like standing there like a lump of wood. Did you notice he just like stands there and doesn't talk to anyone?
He came over and said hello to me, and then I got sort of, I couldn't keep my eye on anybody.
Well, I was there for a good 15 minutes before you, so I'm saying like he just gets there, and my mother keeps going, Ben, you gotta circulate. You gotta circulate.
Ben's not circulating.
Yeah. I think he stopped circulating years ago. I don't think there's any blood rushing through there.
Oh, dear.
So, like, I would try to, introduce my dad to different people. Like, people were constantly coming up to me, because they're excited to see me, I guess, and they listen to the show. So, some guy comes up in this real smelly T-shirt and stuff, and scraggly beard, and he starts saying, I work on your father's car, I work on your father's car.
How'd he get in?
I don't know, but then I said, hey, Dad, there's a guy here, works on your car. So we start going home later that night. My father goes, who was that guy you introduced me to with the T-shirt? I said, that's the guy who works on your car. He doesn't work on my car. I said, look, Dad, you were standing there. Nobody was talking to you. I thought I'd send somebody over to talk to you.
Yeah.
I never heard of him. I don't know his car. I said, no, your car. I don't know that car. I don't know him. He never worked on my car. Then it became, I go, Dad, so just say hello to the guy and then leave. What do you want from me? I was just trying to...
You were helping.
I mean, you were talking to a wall. I said anybody was better than nobody. And then Jackie got a big vote of approval from my parents in the car afterwards.
Is that right?
Jackie's very nice. Jackie's different than Fred.
Uh-oh. Jackie made points, Fred lost points.
I don't know. Maybe it was my mom, maybe my dad. I didn't see Fred.
Yeah, I didn't see him either.
I didn't see him. He doesn't. And then I said, of course not. I said, I didn't see Fred either. And I said, and quite frankly, if he'd seen Allison, he wouldn't known who she was anyway. My wife. He has to be reintroduced.
He hasn't seen her in a long time.
Yeah. And then Jackie's wife got some raves.
Yeah?
Beautiful girl.
Who said that?
I think my mother.
I don't know why I didn't see Nancy. I saw Jackie.
Yeah. And then I'm really attracted to my agent's daughter, but I
was going to say, I didn't realize she had grown up that way.
Yeah, I know. My agent, Don Buchwald, has a daughter who looks like Shannon Doherty.
She looks better each time you see her.
Yeah, I know.
I've seen her about 3 or 4 times each time.
Yeah, she's real hot, and actually, I'm thinking of going off with her. Wouldn't that be great if I married
with your agent's daughter?
Yeah, wouldn't that be great?
You know who's sitting on a bed with her, don't you?
Yeah, Ralph. Yeah, well, he does that just to screw up Don's
You
head.
know who else spent a lot of time with her?
Oh.
Ganji.
Oh.
See, but she's got that Tori Spelling syndrome because, not only is she good looking, but she's like heir to all this money and stuff.
So whose money?
Buckwell's got like a decent amount of money.
Does he? How do you know?
Because he's got like a bunch of houses and a bunch of apartments and a bunch of buildings and stuff.
Yeah, I guess.
Must have something.
Yeah, he must have something. Not quite Tori Spelling, though.
Right, I mean, it's not like that.
Yeah, right.
I don't think there's an elevator in his house.
No.
You might have to
I've
work.
seen his house.
You might have to work if you marry her, but you won't have to work hard.
Right. Yeah. She's hot.
Beautiful eyes.
Yeah, she's a good-looking girl.
And then did you see...
like, I did some work with her one time, and I'm like sitting there going, uh-oh, I'm really attracted to my agent's daughter.
What work did you do with her?
I had her doing something with me. Something not related to the show.
Yeah.
And we were working on it.
Just office work or something?
No, not office work, but she was. Yeah, I had her read something that I had written, and I wanted her to chop it down. She's a pretty good writer.
Oh,
so yeah, so I was just, we were checking.
Because I really don't even know what she does.
No one does.
Oh.
So she's Don's daughter.
She's Don's daughter.
Yeah, so I was checking her out, and and I'm looking her over, and I go, I think she's very attractive. I'm trying to look at her like a daughter.
Yeah.
I'm going.
But you keep that man keeps coming through.
Yeah, and I go, wow. And thank God she doesn't look anything like my agent. So
she doesn't at
no,
all.
she looks like her mother. So I'm just like, oh man, ooh. Right, Fred? Fred was there when
she was gorgeous. I
Yeah,
was
yeah.
talking to her last night and trying to pretend like I was interested in what she was saying. But
Yeah, right.
So Fred went over to her.
Yeah.
no, she actually came up to me, and I was like looking at her, going like, "Yeah, it's my agent."
Yeah. And then when I was at your party, there was a whole bunch of people there, obviously, who I knew, but I couldn't quite attach a name to them.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of that going on. Like, they were all people from my past, and I'm looking, and Gary had to come over and tell me who everyone was. There was one guy there, I knew him. I know I've talked to him 100 times, and I'm staring at him, and I'm talking to him, and I'm going...
That's the worst, when it's somebody you know that you just absolutely should know.
And I'm going, who the heck is this? Who is this? So Gary comes over, he goes, I know you don't know who that is. I go, you're kidding. He goes, I didn't know who. I had to sit and really think.
Wow, who was it?
Yeah. It was Steve, David Brenner's old manager.
He was there?
Yeah.
He'd only been on the air with us maybe 20 times.
Yeah.
None of us could remember.
Yeah, Steve Raidman.
Really?
Yeah, he just didn't look like Steve Raidman.
Was he the guy that looked like the Bella last time?
Yeah, that's Steve.
Whoa.
I didn't see.
Without David Brenner next to his side, you don't know who he is.
Wow.
It's
So
really
crowded, so you're waving from the other side of the room and then quickly turn your
At first I thought he was somebody who worked in my agent's office, because I said, I know, he works in he's my agent's brother. I don't know who he was. I mean, it was driving me nuts. Thank God Baba Fuhai read me, Ralph.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was like standing by me and telling me who everyone was. Because like I saw May Pang and Tony Visconti and, all those people, and I knew who they were and everything. I was like real proud of myself.
Right,
I was doing good.
names.
I called Keith Kallenbach Kevin. I was pretty close.
I didn't understand how there were some Whack Pack members there, and then there were a lot that weren't. Were some not invited? Like
I have no idea.
I told you, Robin got a list from me, whoever was at my party.
I'll tell you that I wasn't capable of keeping full control, so I had to let other people do things, and I don't know how some people got on the list.
Here's a weird example. Kenneth Keith Kallenbach there, Vinny Mazzio there, no Fred the Elephant Boy.
Oh, by the way, I was like, first I was going, gee, Dominic wasn't there, but then I remember he called me during the week. He has a case in Florida.
Oh.
So he was
I
probably
wondered
invited.
where he was.
No, he's been out of town for the week.
Yeah, because I was like, oh my God, did Dominic not get on the list?
Yeah, I know. And then I was saying, hey, Scott, the engineer's not here.
He was on.
He was on the list?
Yeah, but he couldn't find a babysitter or something.
So he's not allowed to go himself.
Right.
Right.
Like Leslie West called me yesterday morning and asked if he could come.
He wasn't on the list?
He might have been, but he's moved a few times.
I think he was on your list.
Yeah. He should have been.
Yeah. I don't know, but I didn't see Scott the engineer there, and I said it's either he was invited and his wife couldn't make it, so therefore he's not allowed to go.
Right.
There was no smoking.
Maybe he was protesting not being in the book.
I heard Al Rosenberg was complaining. The only reason Al Rosenberg was on the list was because I left him on the list. Because he never would have been invited to your party.
Wait a minute. Al's in the book. Why wouldn't he be invited to the party?
He was complaining because he only got an invite for one and was told specifically it was only for him, that he couldn't bring his wife.
Oh, that's ridiculous.
And my mother goes, that's ridiculous.
I say it too.
Too late now.
In fact, as soon as I saw Al, I was asking him where was his wife.
You didn't invite her.
Oh, he didn't tell me that.
You didn't invite her.
That is not fair.
Al, where is your wife? You didn't invite her. Oh.
I would never have done that. That's ridiculous.
So, because people don't realize, you don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
Then, I don't know.
You know who else got rave reviews?
Who?
Your agent's assistant. Your agent's new assistant.
I really didn't get to check her out.
She's gorgeous. She's hot.
Yeah, I've heard that. I've heard that my agent has an assistant that's a real piece of ass, but I saw her for 2 seconds. I couldn't get a look. Is the body real good or something?
Great. Beautiful face.
Yeah, I didn't really get a good look at her.
Maybe I don't know who she is.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know who anybody is.
Did you see Gretchen, the girl you're going to play in basketball today?
Yeah, I'm playing this girl. This girl, Gretchen, is the girl, in case you didn't hear it on the radio, this is the girl who went with Martin Landau to the Academy Awards.
Yeah.
Martin Landau was about 100 years old, it looks like to me, and she's this young, hot girl. She was making out with him and stuff. And I said to her during the commercials even, I said, how the hell? I mean, Martin Landau's a great actor and everything. I said, how does a young, foxy girl like you...
a good...
Right.
He doesn't age well. He's not Cary Grant.
Right. So I said, listen, how's a young, foxy girl like you, what's you doing an old man? She goes, to tell you the truth, I have a much younger boyfriend now. So, of course, the boyfriend shows up at your party last night. It's Marjo.
Stop it. That's not her boyfriend.
Oh, it isn't?
I don't know. You're telling me
I don't know. I didn't see him. I didn't see either one of them.
They were hanging
They were there together.
Marjo Gortner, remember that guy, the child evangelist? She's one of those girls, I'm going to talk to her today about it when I play her in basketball. She's one of those girls that has to have a famous guy, even if he's like peripherally famous.
Right.
Like, why doesn't she just go out with a guy?
Yeah, because she comes over, I want you to meet my friend Marjo.
Yeah, Marjo, as in Marjo?
What name is it?
Marjo.
It's a televangelist.
And someone told me he looked like Liberace.
He was wearing a ruffled shirt. I hadn't seen one of those in years. And it was open at the top. Little chest hairs poked out.
Bright silver hair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
My mother was upset that you had Joey Buttafuoco.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Take it up with her. I don't know. No, because she doesn't approve of what he did. And
I want to invite Mary Jo. She usually brings Joey along.
Yeah. She doesn't approve of what he did.
Well, he did his time. He's a free man.
It's great. I go to a party. Do me a favor. Next time you have a party.
At your party, did she complain about him there?
Yeah.
Oh.
But the thing is that, like, when my mother doesn't like something, she gets real vocal. I was like, I'm just walking around trying to have a good time at your party, right? I'm seeing some old friends and everything, and it was kind of fun. I was actually almost having a good time. My wife wasn't bugging me. You know what I mean? She was behaving herself. How'd my wife look?
She looked great.
She looked good, right?
Yeah, I had a rescue at one point. Somebody from American Journal got a hold of her, and they were doing like Stutter and John type questions.
Yeah, I know.
Well, you're kidding.
Yeah, there were a whole bunch of reporters. Before you walked in, were just like milling around and like asking me stuff. So they started chasing me through the halls.
Oh, that was funny.
It was kind of cool with Robin had this book party. It's over at the FX Studios, that new, you probably don't get it on your cable. Nobody does.
Nobody does, yeah.
But they bought up an apartment and made it into a set for their morning show.
Actually, what they did was they bought an empty space and made a set that looks like an apartment.
Yeah, and it's cool. I mean, it's beautiful. I would have liked to have actually just looked around there a little bit.
I would love to go back and actually take a tour.
I kind of took a weird tour. I had reporters chasing me through each room, so I'm not sure what I saw.
You saw everything, but very quickly.
I was kind of like, when I was there first, I was having a good time, but then all of a sudden, just like this guy just puts his camera and goes, "We're live on TV, Howard." And like, it was FX.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, we're live on TV. And I was just like, oh man. And they asked me a bunch of stuff, and I wasn't particularly witty. I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know what this was. And then all of a sudden, once he started, a whole crowd of them started in, and they're following me around. So they're chasing me from room to room to room. And I'm like, holy cow! I don't even know what I'm saying. And they asked me stuff like, what do you think of the Ultimate Fighting Championship? So I said, what? She goes, who do you think is going to win the Ultimate Fighting Championship? What do you think of it? Do you think it's wrong? So I get a hold of my agent. I go, there's somebody hounding me about the Ultimate Fighting Championship. Do you want me doing stuff like this? So he goes out there and finds out what's going on. He goes, no. Some guy, see what it is? This is how you end up in weird stuff. Somebody's putting together a piece, like one of those shows, like Hard Copy, on the Ultimate Fighting Championship.
Right.
So they want people to comment on it.
Yeah.
So suddenly I'm going to end up in the Ultimate Fighting Championship piece.
Howard, you weren't introduced to the Ultimate Fighting Champion?
Yeah, I was. And I didn't know what the hell that was. I don't know. I said, congratulations.
They make it sound like you're supposed to know who he is and care.
Yeah, but I don't know. It got weird. And then as the reporters are coming in on me, this is all before you got there, there was this boxing guy there who's in Tony and Tina's wedding.
Vito Antifermo.
Yeah, and Vito, I mean, you know, I'm not saying he took too many punches to the head, but Vito's like...
The little guy?
That Vito,
the little guy in the red robe?
That's where I saw it. I couldn't...
All I know is, he starts in on him, he goes, hey, Howard, how come Robin's got a bunch of boxes coming in with her? I should be up there, 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 I should be up there. Come on, Howard, take a picture with me, take a picture with me. Hey, Howard, do you know who I am? I go, I don't know.
Boxer?
I thought he was that guy, Boom Boom Mancini.
No.
I go, you sort of look like... I said, are you Boom Boom Mancini? He goes, he goes, come on, Howard. Come. Then all of a sudden, he's putting his arm around me, and we're taking pictures. And I let the guy take a picture. Then he's taking another picture. Then he's taking, come on, Howard. Gary comes over, and he goes, hey, Vito, give the guy a break.
Yeah.
So Gary gets me out of there.
Howard goes, Gary, don't we have something we have to go look at in the back?
Yeah, so I get chased into another room. Then I'm like, then the reporters just chasing me from room to room to room. Finally, Channel 9 is there. UPN 9.
Oh, yeah.
Channel 9, which I hate, I'm at war with, that they've treated me miserably. They've never done the right thing by me. She comes up, can I have an interview with you? I go, no. I'm not doing anything for you guys. Why should I help you? Then I called my agent over to yell at them.
Oh.
Because they wouldn't even take it from me, because they were getting me on camera yelling at them.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So he put a piece of paper over there, Len. This is some party. No wonder I love going out.
Get with everybody.
And I was actually having a good time back there, because Gilbert and Belzer were back there doing a dreidel salesman routine. That was real funny. Yeah, my dad was watching. He was always... Those comics are good. They're making funny jokes over there. I'm going to go over there. I'm going to see if I can hold my own.
Oh, no. He wanted to go
My father
join in?
My father was excited that Belzer and Gilbert were doing routines in the corner, but they were doing them for each other.
Yes, of course.
And evidently they do a dreidel salesman routine, where one of them is a dreidel salesman, and the other guy owns the dreidel company, and they're freaking out because all the dreidels with the gimbals on them are broken, and they're going to be stuck with extra dreidel.
Oh, dear.
So my father walks up and goes, why don't you have a truck that delivers the dreidels in 2 hours like Dial-A-Mattress? So the bit comes to a screeching halt.
This is terrible. Terrible.
So later on, my father's in the car. He goes, and then my father directs me to the side. He goes, what's those guys' names again? I go, that's Belzer and Gilbert. Right. Then we get in the car, and he goes, boy, I held my own with those two guys.
He has no clue that he is.
No. That they were being polite. Oh, yeah, I held my own with those two.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
He jumped right into the dreidel bit.
Yeah, my father was right in there. I don't know, so I was like hanging around, and then my father would come over. Every time I'm having a good time at a party, evidently they started pumping music in about halfway through the party. Were you aware of it? No one was aware of it. I didn't even notice the music. All of a sudden he goes, I can't hear anything with this music. I want to have conversation. And I'm like, Dad, this is a party. People have music. They didn't have music the whole night. Now they have music.
It wasn't even that loud.
No, but it drove him nuts. Made him nuts. But that's the problem. My parents are invited. All of a sudden, I'm responsible for everything that happens at the party. I said, go complain to Robin. It's her party. They would complain to you. No, we're not complaining to Robin.
Thank goodness I have you to buffer.
Yeah. Oh, my God. I said, it's Robin's party. Go ask her to lower the music.
I didn't even hear any music.
Please. No one did, except my parents.
Did you meet Gay Rich's better half?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, see,
that was
missed
weird.
That.
Gay Rich was there, and then all of a sudden he goes, I'd like to introduce you to my friend, Tim.
And all of a sudden you start conjuring up him.
Yeah, he's tall.
Yeah. Tim is tall?
Yeah.
Tim was a good-looking guy.
Suddenly,
I said, hi, any friend of Gay Rich's is
I said,
popped up in mid-sentence.
all of a sudden, man, I started picturing Rich naked and that big tall guy naked.
Was he good-looking?
He was taller than me. It was hard to see his face.
Wow.
Yeah, he was like one of those models out of a catalog.
Yeah, he was a good-looking guy.
Yeah.
Short hair, tall, good-looking.
This is my boyfriend. She didn't say his boyfriend. He was my friend.
My
life mate. Nice couple.
They did make a nice couple.
What do you say to him? I almost said that to him. Oh, you
I don't know.
A nice couple. Like,
Jackie, you just say hello and you treat him like anyone else. He doesn't know what to do. He's like, I don't know what to do. I wonder what I'm supposed to do.
Jackie's looking for the place to put his foot in his
Yeah, right, Jackie. How far should I go?
How can I offend him?
I wonder how far he was from making some terrible anti-gay joke.
I don't know. Hey, want to hear something about faggots?
Hey, see, suckers!
Yeah, I saw those two. Who else did you see there? There was a lot of people there. There's a picture in the paper of Joey Buttafuoco and Carol Shire together, and they don't even mention Robin's party.
I was very pissed at that.
Yeah, that's not
they
right.
They just say they're at the new FX studios. Like, what would they be doing there?
Yeah, that was weird. That got me pissed.
Well, I did see. Did you see Kreskin?
Kreskin is, you know what? Keep Kreskin away from me. I'm going to call the police and get a restraining order.
What did he
He's
do?
not allowed within 300 feet of me.
He gets very excitable.
I don't know. He sees me.
He's very weird.
And you know what? Unless he's like holding a deck of cards in his hands, you don't recognize who he is.
That's so true.
You know what I mean? Because he came up and he's like, Howard, Howard, Howard. He like barks. He's like, Howard, Howard, ruh, 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 ruh. He goes, Kreskin, Kreskin, Kreskin. I go, oh, hey, Kreskin, how you doing? And he feels like this connection between me and him.
Yeah.
You know, like we're lovers or something.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, he's like, you know.
He thinks you're a good friend.
Yeah, he gets all emotional. I'm his friend. You know, I've had him on the show once. Once or twice. He's like, Kreskin, 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 Kreskin. So, you know, the thing that I don't like about Kreskin is when you shake his hand, he really shakes your hand hard and it hurts.
But then, I see you didn't do it.
So, well, here's what happened. Here's what happened. So I went up to him and I said, hey, Kreskin, man, well, I was trying to walk out of your party. I couldn't walk out. Kreskin comes up and he starts yapping to me, right in my face, too, you know? I'm like, you know, Kristen's breath isn't that fresh that he can be right in your face. You know what I mean? You know. So, like, he's right next to, like, he's nose to nose. Kreskin, Kreskin, Kreskin.
Plus, he's wearing makeup.
Yeah, what was that?
I don't know.
He had a lot of makeup on.
He just got off a plane from Oslo, but he had makeup on.
You know, and he's a real talented guy. Don't get me wrong. What he does is amazing and all that crap. You know, I dig him.
He is amazing, that Kreskin.
Yeah, but I dig watching him on TV. He's obnoxious in person.
He doesn't have, you know, he's great on stage.
Yeah.
But you don't want to stand in a room and try to talk to him.
No, because then he goes, unless he's doing card tricks, it's not fun. So, you know, read my mind, then I'm happy. So then I said, look, Kreskin, he had his hand out. I go, I'm not shaking your hand for a reason. You're vicious with it.
Yeah, you hurt people.
You shake my hand, and it hurts, and I don't want to shake your hand. I got to be honest with you. I mean, I can't describe to you what the guy does. He almost breaks your wrist.
You go to your knees.
And he squeezes your hand real hard. I guess the guy has one of those clamps those hand muscle machines.
Well, he must have to be, you know, work with his hands and stuff because of what he does.
I don't know, but like I just said to him, look, man, it hurts my hand, and I really don't want to be in pain for the night. Please, shake my hand, shake my hand, shake my hand.
I know, it's a big thing, too, with him.
And I said,
shake his hand.
I said, I don't want to. He says, I promise I won't. I said, you know what, why don't we just not shake hands? It's okay, I can get over it. Please, shake my hand, shake my hand. I said, I promise I won't do anything. So, of course, I go to shake his hand, and Haley, the publicist, cute blonde that she is standing, like, right under me. Kreskin grabs my hand, starts rattling it real hard. He bashes Haley in the head with my wrist. And she starts, like, whimpering.
Oh, dear.
Yeah, and it turned into and he goes, I'm sorry.
He can't help himself.
And I just said, you know what, Kreskin, goodbye. And I just split. And then I was almost out the door, and Robin pulls me back in to meet her psychiatrist.
That weirded me out.
Yeah.
Because she said to me, she goes, Gary, what a pleasure to meet you. I've heard so much about you. And I had this vision of Robin on the couch going, I hope he dies.
Yeah, I know. Because the psychiatrist even said something weird to my wife.
What did she say?
She walked up to my wife and she goes, thank God you did it. Robin didn't take your advice on who to go to. Wait a second.
Wait a minute.
So I said, what did she mean by that, Allison? She goes, I don't know. I never gave Robin any advice on who to go to. I don't even know any therapists.
Yeah.
I don't know. I said, well, Robin and her psychoses must have led her to believe something.
Oh, stop. Here we go again.
Oh, come on. You're a sick woman. You admit it. You are whacked out.
You are so
You even say your own perceptions are off.
You are so crazy.
Right?
Read your book.
Read your book. Don't call me crazy. Spend a few minutes with chapter 3.
Oh, man. Boy.
All right, so anyway, I was... So I don't know. So there was something.
How could you have even said anything to Allison? You guys were going out the door, and I just introduced you, and you left.
I guess they had met earlier. I don't know what it was, but when I met your therapist, I thanked her a million times.
Yeah, you said thank you for saving my life.
Yeah.
It was very strange.
Yeah. You were whacked out of your mind. I got to admit, the therapist was real good with you.
What?
I don't know what she does. I know that she left the business after you. Didn't she or something?
Yes, she's out of the business.
Yeah.
She retired.
Yeah, she actually left the business after Robin.
Couldn't take it anymore.
Well, now she's a piano teacher, yeah. You know what would be funny? If they found her, like, hanging in a room on a rope.
I can't help her.
Off a cable.
Sequel.
I can't help her.
She really did quit the business.
Robin sucked the life out of her.
Yeah. Like a vampire.
Not anymore. After me, I took it all out of her.
Yeah.
You walk past the bar and she's over in the corner drunk.
Yeah, right.
Eyes buzzing. She was nuts.
Took her out to Gurney.
I can't take it anymore.
That didn't work.
What do you want, Ralph? Watch the energy suck out of it. Go ahead, what?
Leslie told me a funny story. He went over to Belzer and he was kissing his ass, telling him how much he liked Homicide and how good he was and everything.
Yeah.
Till about 2 minutes later when he realized it was his brother.
Oh, it was Len Belzer.
Yeah.
Hey, Leslie was trying to tell me that. I couldn't understand what he was saying.
Belzer's brother was there?
Yeah.
Looks just like him with gray hair.
I didn't see him either.
You tell them they look alike, they both get pissed off.
Yeah, because no one wants to look like the other one.
It's like, wait a minute, I'm better looking, babe.
Yeah.
I also spent some time with Robin's foot masseuse.
Yeah, me too. What'd she get, braces?
Laura, yes.
Gee, that was a good move at 40 years old.
She wants to look good.
Wants to look good. How many?
She said everybody's doing it. A couple of my friends had braces on there.
Robin has this friend who like rubs feet for a living.
Laura Norman,
and who
the
can
reflexologist.
Yeah, and she got Robin convinced and everyone convinced that she's like the best at it in the world because she wrote some book on it.
Oh, you.
But meanwhile, so all I know is she's kind of good looking, and Robin got me a gift once. I had never had my feet rubbed, but she came into the room and I was in a hotel and she told me to pull my pants up and she would rub my feet and lay in bed and relax, and I thought she was really going to go for me. I thought she was going to give me something, and I would just lay there and just, hey, it's part of the thing. That's okay.
I don't know what a foot rub is.
Yeah, right. Hey,
to be.
But she didn't go for it.
She only rubs feet.
But she was there with her boyfriend.
Yeah.
Who was like trying to make conversation with me.
Oh,
hey, I understand you got your feet rubbed from my girlfriend. Hey, I understand. I was like, oh. I go, yeah, I did. And they're all excited because I thought she was cute. So if I think she's cute, then everyone thinks she's cute.
I guess. You said something about her once, and people were calling her to ask her if she had breast augmentation.
Right.
You know what's funny? Have you ever seen her price list?
Yeah.
Like, if you go to the place, it costs you X amount of dollars, but if you get her to do it, it's almost double.
Yeah. Well, she's the top one.
She's the woman.
That much better.
Yeah, that much better. It's that much different.
How would you? Why don't you try it and see?
I'd like to try, but I'd like to get a little more physical. I don't want to hear my feet rubbed.
You're wacky.
I want to go to a masseuse who every once in a while relieves my tension.
Well, there's a special masseuse for that.
Yeah, isn't she Chinese?
Yeah.
They're Asian, they're down on 27th
That's right.
Right. A lot of them are 16 years old and also in slavery.
That's right. They have to give all of their money over to somebody else to pay for their passage.
Yeah.
She never even got above her ankles, right?
No, she didn't even touch my ankle.
Well, why don't you remember, Jackie?
Because I was trying to remember if she did your knees or your thighs. But
I can't. Did
you
she
were
do your
sleeping,
feet?
Is that why?
Did she do your feet?
No, I'm the one who fell asleep.
I can't imagine touching Jackie's feet. Yeah, no, that's why.
No,
you know
no,
what?
she's a professional. She was not thrown at all.
That's why she had to get braces. It started corroding her teeth.
That's why she quit.
Yeah.
She's not drinking with Robin's therapist.
Yeah.
And did you see that cute little sex therapist running around the party?
Yeah, what was that all about?
She's one of those kids, well, she's not a kid, she's like
hot.
She's like 24 years old, but she's one of those people that grew up listening to the show.
I know.
Yes,
So
I met her.
She got her master's degree in human sexuality, and she wrote a book. And, of course, she had to go pick a publicist. And since she's so infatuated with you, she picked you a publicist.
Oh, I see. Yeah, she was really cute.
She was letting Kevin McMahon... well, I shouldn't say.
I wanted to get to know her better.
So did a lot of people.
Yeah.
It was one person at the party knew her and ran up and gave her a big hug and kiss.
Yeah.
John Lawless.
No, really? Yeah, that's funny.
He's the new Dr. Ruth.
Yeah.
That is funny.
Yeah.
John's sitting around, well, Ruth won't be around forever.
That's right. He's already making
Ready to
plans.
drop.
25-year-old Dr. Ruth. We know this guy, John Lawless, who he produced Butt Bongo Fiesta and a bunch of my New Year's Eve. No, he didn't produce Butt Bongo Fiesta, did he? Yeah, he did.
Yes, he did.
And he was the executive producer.
He was there.
He was the executive producer of our Channel 9 show. And his big claim to fame was he did like Kentucky Fried Movie or something.
GrooveTube.
Yeah, GrooveTube. And now he's like 80 years old. And the one thing he does now that's really his big thing, I mean, he does a lot of stuff, but the big thing that he does is whatever Dr. Ruth does, he produces.
That's right.
So he's getting nervous because Dr. Ruth's 147 years old.
She can't keep going forever.
So he's looking for the next thing in sex therapy.
So he take this girl.
Yeah. So we did the book party, and did it get us any publicity for the book?
Well, it was on TV. I don't see it in the paper this time.
Yeah, I don't either. But big deal. You know what? When I did my book party, it didn't show up till about 4 days later.
Really?
Yeah. They don't care.
As long as it shows up.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see.
Back from Robin's book party last night, all of us.
Did you see Phoebe Snow?
Yeah, I saw Phoebe. I said hi to her.
Good. Are you speaking to Phoebe?
Yeah, of course. Why wouldn't I be?
I'm just making sure. I didn't hear you say her name. I didn't know whether you had seen her or spoken to her.
You know, it's so, I know, obviously, I know you don't like to admit this, but Robin called me and asked me for a list of people I had at my book party, and I just gave her the list the way it was. And I know you didn't review the list.
I did.
You know why?
Why do you know?
Because it dawned on me when I'm walking through your party, and I see Steve Raidman, who is David Brenner's...
I didn't know.
Well, excuse me, wait a second. Let me just finish my thought here. I see Steve Raidman, David Brenner's former manager.
Right.
Who, like 2 years ago when I had my book party, we were friendly with and everything, and, we just don't see him that much anymore. And when I started looking at it, I said, now there's a guy that's here...
Who shouldn't be.
Who shouldn't be here. He was just on my list. Robin didn't have time to review the list.
Right.
Because I'm saying, like, Al Rosenberg's wife can't come because Steve Raymond's here?
You're looking through a list for people to cut to make room for more people.
Well, I mean, I know for a fact that yesterday everyone was buzzing around here. I think the E-Crew was really pissed that you didn't invite them. And like, like Robin Radzinski.
Uh-huh.
Because Jackie walked up to Robin Radzinski. I didn't know this, but walked up to Robin Radzinski and said, "Hey,
Is that who it was?
Yeah, I'll be partying with you tonight." And she went, "Where?" No, he won't. He goes, "Robin's party."
Felt like such a dick.
Yeah, and she goes, "I wasn't invited." So I go, Steve Raidman was invited, but Robin Radzinski wasn't, who you see every day. You put no effort into it.
Oh, stop
You
it.
put no effort
Excuse
into it.
me, Howard.
Admit. Be honest. Come clean.
Excuse me.
Total time spent with the list. Total time.
Total time spent with the list.
Total time spent.
Total time spent with the list. Acting is not part of total time spent with the list.
I was not doing anything else. I wasn't even in town.
Total time spent with the list.
Not a glance.
Party.
Not a glance.
Oh,
She won't answer. Total time spent with the list. Be honest. Come on. Come clean.
I
Zero?
wish that I had some time to plan a party. This was not a party. This
Understood.
was a book promotion.
Understood.
You got Cato on the stand.
Time spent listening.
I spent a lot of time listening.
Come on. Time spent with the list. Tell me. Was it zero?
No, it was more than zero.
Did you turn the page?
Was it less than 5 minutes?
That's how a few people got invited.
Yeah, okay. There's no shame in that. It's better to admit it.
No,
so they
but
understand.
I want people to know this was not me neglecting them. I was just incredibly busy and I didn't have any time.
What'd you do on the plane the whole time you were riding around on out west?
I wasn't, I was trying to sleep because I wasn't getting any sleep
very
either.
good.
Should I sleep sometime?
No, absolutely not.
Oh, sorry.
All right, very good. Jackie the Joke Man Marlowe to order...
The list was already had to be in by
Understood. To order Jackie's Wild Comedy CD or cassette, no further explanation required.
You know what? That's it. See, this is what I didn't want to have a party.
Look out. What do you mean that's it? You can take back the party?
Yes. Take it back.
That's it. I'm never having another book party again. Only $10 for $3 shipping and handling for Jackie's Wild Comedy CD or cassette. A Jokeland special, buy two, get one free. Call 1-800-323-KING. This Monday, May 8th, big benefit with All Folked Up. That's Jackie's wife's band, who made it to the party last night.
I would certainly like to see Jackie's party.
Yeah. You've seen it. Even Siobhan was there. All Folked Up, and Vinnie St. Martin's going to be there as well. A lot of people like Vinnie St. Martin. At the Long Island Brewing Company in Jericho on Long Island. For filthy jokes and Robin excerpts, call 516-9221. Congratulations to you, Robin, and Jackie.
For just gone death of
All right, very good. We got to take a break. Okay, coming up next.
There was somebody else at the party you didn't mention.
Who?
Troy Roberts.
Oh, I didn't see him. That's why I didn't mention him. Your boyfriend.
You missed him. Not my boyfriend. He's just a friend.
Hello, my diva.
He doesn't sound like that either.
I do believe you are my Nubian diva.
I hope you're having a mellifluous evening.
Yeah. I didn't see a lot of people at your party because once the camera started chasing me around and asking me dumb questions.
Yeah. You had to go.
Yeah. When the guy started asking me about the World Fighting Championship. Ultimate Fighting Championship.
Yeah. I didn't even hear that. My goodness.
You know, some guy stuck a microphone in my face. Are you jealous of Robin's book?
I know, there was a lot of that. Do you think Howard's upset that you're upstaging him?
I said,
no.
I said, yes.
Okay.
I said, yeah, I'm a little upset. Sure I am. I got every right to be. What is this?
Are these Ultimate Fighter guys, are they, like, popular? Are they big celebrities? Somebody came up to me and said, I don't understand it. The Ultimate Fighting Warrior wants to get into the VIP room.
Yeah.
And he can't get in. I'm like,
Wayne Siegel was upset about that.
Ultimate Fighting Warrior.
Whatever it is.
Yeah, I know, because he came up to me and they said, Howard, we'd like to introduce you to the Ultimate Fighting Champion. And it was like this big, muscle head. And I just was like, hey, man, great.
I know, there were guys walking around with belts on. I didn't know what those belts were.
I know. Everybody at your party had a belt on. Like that boxer who was hounding me.
Yeah.
Vinny Infermo.
Vito Antifuermo.
Yeah. Hey, Howard. Yeah? And he's wearing a boxing robe and gloves.
Yeah.
I go, yeah? You know who I am?
He got hit a lot.
I said, are you Roberto Duran? I don't know. That was the only boxer I could think of that kind of looked like him. He goes, I'm Vito Infermo. Oh, yeah, he got hit a lot.
He's still ducking.
Yeah. I said, hey, and he's grabbing me, and he's real strong. And I said, hey, how you doing, man? Hey, like trying to get away from him, and he wouldn't let go of me. Come on, I want to take pictures. Come on, you know who I am. I should have been up there with Robin. I'm a boxer. Man, Gary came over and said, hey, Vito, give the guy a break. It was unbelievable. I don't know, man.
Did you see Marvis Frazier? He was there.
Yeah, Marvis came up in the elevator with me, and, Marvis is this big black guy, and I knew him. I just couldn't place who he was exactly.
Jeff Frazier's son.
Yeah, I thought he might have been Tyrone Frazier at first.
No.
I wasn't sure which Frazier he was.
What are you trying to say?
No, come on.
Black boxers look
I told you I didn't recognize Steve Raidman either. He's a white guy. There were certain people you couldn't place. I was having trouble placing John Lolis out of context.
A bunch of the reporters were complaining to me because they had been told, since it was Robin's book party, they weren't to ask you any Selena questions, and they were like, why can't we? Howard gets to ask anything he wants. Why can't we ask anything we want? I said,
First of all, I didn't want to go to a party and sit there and answer any questions. I wanted to have a party.
He wasn't supposed to answer any questions.
I agree.
So then I walked in and I walked right by him, and they go, hey, Howard, give us a break. I said, hey, dudes, give me a break. I'm coming here for Robin's party. What do you want from me? Interview Robin.
Well, I did an interview with American Journal, so this girl starts asking me about Robin's book. And then all of a sudden she starts asking me all these really
and I didn't tell him not to ask me Selena questions. I didn't want to answer any questions.
The publicity firm told him,
Oh, they did?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I guess they didn't want me hassled.
Right. No, it was supposed to be about...
Plus, anything about Selena, I've said on the air 20,000 times. These guys love to get a hold of me and just
bore another hole in that old subject.
Yeah, right. So they can do another report on it.
Yeah.
So I just said, hey, another report with me going, hey, dudes, I'm not sorry about anything. Yeah. Well, you did apologize. No, I didn't.
Here is the crass Howard Stern.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I need that again. So, get the Latinos all riled up again. Every 2 months I've got another group riled up at me.
Who do you have on tap for next month?
I never know. It just happens.
But did you remember
people think you plan it.
I know.
Weren't the Hasidim mad at us at one point, 10 years ago?
Yeah, the Hasidim. And then I had...
Yeah, the whole B'nai B'rith was upset.
I remember when the Polacks were after Jackie.
Yeah, that was good.
That was good, too. I like that.
He was worried. They protest Jackie, but they forgot where Jackie was.
Yeah, they wanted to protest Jackie. No one could find the club he was working at. It was such a hole in the ground.
Please.
Remember that?
Yes.
Yeah. It was great. Every group, and I was so glad they were after Jackie. Jackie had, done a Polish joke at one of his club days. He's always done that. So some Polish guy said he's going to start protesting.
Jackie used the term Polak.
Yeah, no one's ever heard that word before.
Have you amended your act now, Jackie?
At that point, I already had. That's what was weird.
Oh.
But they took a bunch of stuff out of context and put some really horrible stuff in the newsletter.
Sure.
I mean, I say bad enough stuff. You don't have to...
Don't apologize.
Embellish, huh?
No, they're still here.
Are they really?
No, well, there's some kind of Polish newspaper, but it goes all over the world.
Yeah, you're an enemy of the Polish.
Like my home address and my phone.
Great, great, yeah.
This guy said death to the Polish people.
Yeah, then it gets worse and worse and worse. I'm at the point now where I'm pretty sure I must have killed Selena.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, like they're not mad at the person who killed her.
They let that woman go.
Well, that woman was Mexican. How can you be mad at her? No, it's so
I never hear anything about her when they discuss Selena. It's always you. You are the horrible human being who hurt Selena.
Yeah, and there was a Spanish broadcast I heard, and this guy was on the air saying that I had the nerve to go on the air the day Selena died and say that Mexican people should be more concerned. No, I had the nerve to go on the air and say, in defending myself, that Mexican people shouldn't worry about what I'm doing. They should worry about the fact that their people are living in cardboard boxes, that the whole Mexican government's corrupt. And he goes, that's not right. That's not fair to say.
It's true.
Meanwhile, you open up the New York Times every day, there's another article on the complete corruption of the Mexican government. Well, I'm not saying anything that isn't written in the newspaper. But I don't know, so you can't win that, You just can't win it. So I wasn't going to deal with it. So I went into the party, and they were just following me around, asking me, like, goofy questions now, because they couldn't ask me anything of substance. So it was, like, really weird.
Good.
Yeah, it was like, Howard, what do you think of the Ultimate Fighting Championship?
That was the only subject left?
Yeah, and then there was another weird topic they were into. Somebody was doing a piece on something.
Well, this woman had asked me a bunch of questions out front, and she asked me, like, 2 Robin questions. Then she started asking a bunch of stupid questions that had there was nothing had nothing to do with each other. So like one of them was, did you ever get in trouble in high school?
And somebody asked me those questions too.
And then she said,
oh, I know which one.
What's your sexual fantasy? Yeah. And then she's like, did you ever get arrested in high school?
Yeah, and they're not stuttering.
Right. So then I saw this woman interviewing your wife. So
but that's what it kills me. The weird thing is that they'll come down on Stuttering John for asking stupid questions, but these are legitimate reporters asking stupid questions.
Yeah.
I swear to God, a reporter comes up to me, and I'm like, hey, man, I'm just trying to have a drink here. I think I was talking to John Lawless, as a matter of fact, and I was enjoying a club soda. So she comes up and she goes, do you think fidelity is important in marriage?
Yeah, that was it.
So I said, hold it a second. I said, stop the camera. What are you talking about? What kind of question is that? Well, I mean, in other words, it can't have to do with Robin's book, I don't think.
Yeah, I thought that was out of left field, too. I said, wait a minute, my book didn't have anything to do with it.
See, what they do is they find out who's going to be there, and then they say, well, we're doing a piece on marriage. And normally, I would never participate in a piece in marriage. Like, they call my agent all day and night. They go, we'd like to comment on Howard about marriage. So I go, yeah, it's important. I mean,
but who wouldn't say yes to that question?
I don't know. And then I said, well, luckily I have a radio show where I can almost stretch the boundaries of marriage. But all of a sudden I'm doing a report on marriage. And then you know what? Part of you goes, well, maybe I should just turn around and keep walking. And then you go, you know how goofy that always looks. We asked Howard Stern about his marriage, and all he did was keep walking. He knew better. Because my wife was all upset that they asked her that. And I go, you know what?
It had nothing to do. They were doing a piece. Yeah, it had nothing to do with that.
Well, my wife goes, I did a piece for Extra on fidelity in marriage. I go, oh, Christ. I said, that's why I can't take you anywhere. I don't want you in a piece for fidelity of marriage. No wonder Howard Hughes hid. Anyway.
Yeah, because I got the high school questions, too, and I thought, what? This woman just said, what did you do in high school? And I said, nothing.
Well, what they do is they broadside you, blindside you, whatever that expression is, because, if someone contacted you and said, we would like you to take part in a special on marriage and ask your questions about marriage, you would sort of walk in and be in the right frame of mind. All of a sudden, I'm at a book party for you. I walk in, and suddenly a guy goes, Howard, what about fidelity in marriage? I go, what did I do? Did I get caught doing something? I know I didn't do anything.
Am I holding the wrong woman's
hand? Yeah, what am I doing? Is Judith Regan's hand down my pants? I mean, what is going on here? So I'm like, wait a second, what does this got to do with our book?
But here, for me, it was like, here I wrote this whole book about how I did absolutely nothing in high school because I was so crazy and isolated.
And they're asking you about high school.
Like, what's the worst thing you ever did in high school?
Well, my father had his hand down my pants. How's that?
I was not no, that happened in elementary school.
There you go.
So, it's like, I didn't do anything in high school.
Right. Oh, good answer.
Yeah.
Great interview.
Why? I mean, but if they blindside you like that.
Yeah, what are you going to do?
I couldn't think of a darn thing to help them with.
Hey, did anybody tape everyone's speeches? Did we get the tape of that?
I think he
did.
Might have
he was there.
So where is it?
Let me go get it.
Yeah, I thought they were going to do that.
They taped it. I think I saw him taping it.
Yeah. You got to hear Gilbert's speech. He got up to give a speech about Robin. Didn't say one thing about Robin. He did his act. And Belzer and I are sitting at the table dumbfounded. Belzer goes, what has this got to do with Robin?
But you know what is worse? You're playing to all of those cameras.
Yeah.
And those reporters, so you get no reaction at all.
Yeah.
You can't even see the people you'd really like to talk to, and reporters refuse to respond to comedians.
Nobody even listens. I mean, when you were talking, nobody was listening.
No.
Nobody listens.
It's ridiculous.
Gilbert was up there doing the parrot from Aladdin.
I know.
That was weird.
But I thought any minute now, since Gilbert's not getting any laughs, he's going to start cursing.
Yeah, Gilbert's living for. He doesn't care. The more he bombs, the funnier he thinks it is.
I saw Marvin Kittman there, the reviewer from Newsday.
Right.
I was rapping to him for a second or two, but it looked like he was leaving.
He got there really early and left really early.
Yeah, what was his
He was there at like 10 to 6, and he left at like 6:20. He just wanted to say hello to Robin.
And Robin wasn't even there yet.
Right.
He likes you.
I know that.
Yeah. A lot. He thinks you're the more talented one on the show.
He's a big fan of my work.
There you go.
Kreskin is another big fan of my work.
Yeah. Lucky you.
Kreskin was also telling Cedar John what a big fan he was of his work.
Oh dear.
Yeah. Don't get too carried away with that compliment.
Get carried away, what happens?
People walk around a party and they start complimenting everyone. Anyway, we should get this girl in here, huh?
Yeah.
I'm anxious to do that. Don't worry, we'll get the phone calls, and I got to read this Letterman article in the paper.
Yeah, I think Letterman's ought to give you a call.
Hey, did you pull out that David, that Leno stuff I told you to get?
Yeah, I didn't get through it yet.
Dennis Miller?
I didn't get through it yet.
Oh, good.
That was last night that they were on?
You shouldn't have been at any party then.
Come on, man.
Come on, man. Yeah. Yeah, come on, man.
I'm gonna pull it today.
I thought the lovely Mrs. Baba Booey looked quite nice last night.
Yeah, she looked good. My mother said, oh, lovely girl, lovely girl.
I said a baby 6 months ago. I thought she looked good.
Yeah. My wife looked pretty good, didn't she?
Your wife looked very beautiful last night, yes.
Because nobody's mentioned that they wanted to have sex with her. I think maybe she's slipping.
Oh, stop that.
She's all right, right?
Yeah, she's very pretty.
Yeah, I don't want her embarrassing me.
Oh.
No, she's not embarrassing you. Not at all.
She looks like you look at her and you say, hey, she's a lot better than he deserves, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
It's still okay.
She's still out front.
Yeah, right. If I start beating her in the looks department, let me know. That's pretty bad.
You're crazy.
Yeah, well, I'm a realist. I'm in show business. I got to present a front. You know what I'm saying?
Whatever.
I see guys walking around with wives, and it's clear that like they should leave them already. And then
What, did they get married for looks?
Yeah.
Oh, you.
I don't want to hold on too long. If she slips,
you're
good
holding
night.
on to her until, what did you say in that vow?
Until OJ kills her.
Do you part.
Right.
It's like a stock.
It's like a stock. It keeps growing. But you got to know when to dump it.
Gotta know.
Gotta know when to sell.
Gotta know when to sell.
Gotta know when to bail.
What was your wife wearing? I didn't see her, Jackie.
Something very sexy she bought in New Orleans.
Why didn't she come up and say hi?
You know, I didn't get to talk to your wife either. It was so crowded. That,
really?
Jackie never even came into the VIP area.
Well, Jackie's not a VIP.
That's true.
Who would want Jackie in a VIP area?
Because I thought he wasn't there.
Yeah.
Something weird was going on last night. Towards the end of the night, there was like a little wives meeting of some sort. I saw Mrs. Norris, Mrs. West, Mrs. Martling, and then my wife sort of stuck her head in there, and they were huddled.
Yeah.
They actually got in a huddle. And at one point, I went to go in, and
it was close.
Billy's wife got angry and threw me out. She said, "This is just for ladies."
Oh God!
I don't know what was going on.
Let's fire Billy so we can get his wife out of that little group.
I didn't even get to say hello to V because you couldn't get across the room. You see people and you couldn't get to them.
She has replaced Sirianni as the official troublemaker.
Yeah, right.
That's why you love her.
I want her around.
Billy's wife is the wackiest one out of the group. I used to think it was
She
your wife.
left them in the dust, man.
It's not your wife anymore.
Yeah, Nancy's a piker.
Yeah, Billy, who works on the show, his wife.
Nancy
I don't know,
walked in
man.
last night wearing something that's
She was
just
called
about
up crying.
see-through, and I'm like, oh boy, and all of a sudden V walks in nude, you know.
Right, good.
Right. What she was wearing.
Good. I would like to have seen your wife. I would love to.
She looked great.
Yeah, I missed it.
She looked great.
And what was she busy with last night? Meetings? Your wife?
Well,
we wanted her to cut the Linda Ronstadt song, but she was busy with meetings.
She had to go meet with the guy at the Long Island Brewing Company for the benefit month.
Oh.
The big benefit.
I heard she had a series of meetings. She'd be unavailable. Her schedule didn't allow her. I was like, what schedule?
How dare anyone have a life?
A life? Please.
How dare anyone not move that meeting?
Yeah, right. When I could have gotten something really important to do. All right, let's take a break. Let's take a few phone calls on our phone. First up is Dick Cavett, who didn't get to come to your book party last night, Robin.
Yeah, where was Dick?
He wants to say something real quick. Say it real quick, Dick, because you're awfully boring.
Hello?
Dick is so boring.
Hey, what should I wear to Robin's party tonight?
What is this? You wrote a poem?
No, don't tell me I missed the party.
Oh, please, Dick, stop with the lame joke.
Hey, Robin, I don't know what...
One more lame joke and I'm hanging up on him.
I know, if you do, you'll miss a gem.
All right, Dick, what do you want to say quickly?
Well, I have a feeling you didn't
I'm very upset that you didn't come to my party.
I sent you a telegram.
I didn't get it.
Well, it had a poem in it.
What was the poem?
I labored over it.
You know what? I don't even want to hear the poem.
You do, Howard.
No, I don't.
All right, come on.
Your listeners do.
No, I don't. No one likes poetry.
They're clamoring outside my window saying...
He's going to single-handedly spearhead the revival of poetry.
Yeah.
I didn't have a... Here it goes.
How much you want to bet this is going to be the most boring thing you've ever heard? I tell you, Dick, if it's boring, I'm hanging up on you. I don't care if you're a celebrity, sort of.
I dare you to listen to my alternate last line.
What were you busy with last night that you couldn't go to a book party?
I'll tell you. I was doing...
oh, that's right. You were home getting yelled at by your wife.
Politically incorrect.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You know what?
You'd have been better off at my book party. More people would have seen it.
I heard that...
You know that show gets a .2 rating?
Yeah.
That's less than...
And they usually say you could be off plus or minus 1 point, right?
Right. No, I'm saying this is a .2.
Yeah, so I'm saying that they have nobody.
Yeah, this is a 0, .1, .2, and they say the ratings are off by a point either way, so they could actually have no viewers.
Yeah.
But they're the cream of the crop. Listen.
Dick goes on all the shows with no viewers.
Well, Dick likes those.
If you add them up, you get no viewers.
Right.
Wait a minute. So
all right, go ahead. Quickly do your poem, and if it's bad, I'll just hang up.
Yeah, but Howard, the alternate last line is about you, so you'll have to stay for that.
Okay, here it goes.
I do it fast. There once was an ex-nurse named Quivers, whose job it would give you the shivers, paid for laughing at Howard, over whose talent she towered, when she'd rather be transplanting livers.
You know what, Dick? I'm glad you didn't make it.
Well, you know,
Phoenix, you're on the air.
He's no poet.
Yeah.
Good morning, Howard.
Hi, how are you?
We don't know what he is, but he's no poet.
I don't know what that was.
That's
I've heard better guests on the Gong Show. Hi, what can I do for you?
Howard.
What?
How you doing? Is it true that Jackie had his joke-land table set up outside of Robin's party?
Yes. Hey, speaking of, you know what was weird?
What?
Robin really didn't put together this party. You have, like, publicists and stuff who do it, but Robin's sort of trying to act like she had something to do with it. But
well, it was in my name. I have to.
They had this charity there that Robin didn't even know the name of.
Children's Advocacy Center.
Oh, yeah. She had a day to memorize it.
She wrote it down.
So she wrote it down. Says it in front of her. So anyway, I get in there and I'm being.
Did you give? Well,
let me tell you, I'm being chased by like reporters and stuff through Robin's book party. It was just like a party where people chased me. So I'm getting chased around the room, from room to room to room, because it was like in this giant-sized apartment, and I'm getting chased from room to room, and then all of a sudden this woman comes up to me. She starts handing me leaflets. I go, people are soliciting during the party. So she goes, hello, another British accent. Hello, Howard. Did you bring a check for Children's Advocacy? I said, no, I didn't. I'm not going to get fleeced. I'm here for Robin's party.
Horrible.
So she says, you have lots of money. I said, you don't know what I have.
Yeah, they weren't supposed to badger people.
Yeah, oh, she badgered me.
If you want to give.
No. She said, where is your donation? Because I got a feeling nobody donated.
I don't know where the table was. I never saw them.
They gave up on the table. It was just this woman walking around, this blonde.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
So she kept walking around. I was like, oh, yeah, I'm going to be donating. I just didn't bring a check with me tonight, but I've got it all set up. Finally, I thought I just lied to her.
I'll be collecting. No, I would have certainly planned something better than that, because you would have had to have an area where people had to walk by the table in order to get donations. I don't know where they were set up.
I don't think it mattered.
They just changed their mind, that they got embarrassed after what they heard on the air.
I don't think it mattered. I just think, like, if there'd been a table, no one was given.
How much did Jackie get?
No,
Nothing.
if things are set up properly, you have the proper context, things happen. But I don't think anybody thought about this stuff.
I think I noticed a check in my dad's wallet that looked like it had been filled out in case he got badgered, but nobody bothered him.
You're not supposed to badger people. They didn't even know how I was supposed to get up on the back of that flatbed truck. So
Did you get badgered, Jackie?
Bother to try to figure out how to do that.
I totally forgot about this whole thing until I saw, by the time I saw a third person wearing a little blue ribbon, I said, what the hell is that? I thought maybe it was a thing saying it's all right to be in the party or something. I said,
Yeah, people wearing blue ribbons. I said, well, what's with the blue ribbon? What does that mean?
They're for AIDS.
Yeah, that's people for it. So Judith Regan was wearing one. I said, well, what's the blue ribbon? That's for the children.
See, at first I thought it was like a VIP thing.
Yeah,
so
see,
you
they
get the
didn't
VIP
tell
area.
anybody anything. They would have been handing out blue ribbons at the party. You know, nobody thought of this stuff. It was really poorly planned, and that's not my fault because I'm a good planner.
No. It is your fault.
No, it isn't because
You were not
they
involved.
told me they were taking care of it. I've never seen them throw a party before, but boy, oh boy, will I never let them do it in my name again.
And you didn't even invite the E people or anything. You didn't invite Scott Einziger and Robin. They hate you now.
Good. I like being hated. It
They don't
makes
like
me
you.
work harder.
What?
Write a book about it.
I don't know if you care about this, but Mr. Cavit's on the phone again. He says you ruined it because you didn't hear the last line. You ruined his joke.
Oh, who could tell whether he was finished or not?
Please. Hey, Dick.
Yeah?
Unlike you, I gotta have ratings for a living.
Listen,
People just don't keep giving me work.
Robin.
Yes.
I've got it. The ending. A better one.
Okay, go.
Though as beauteous as Venus.
Just want to hear it. Dick Cavett called off the air and he goes, he effed it up, man. He didn't let me finish.
Yeah. Like someone could F that. Like he didn't F that up. What is it, Fluffluffluli?
The Bells is here.
Yeah, let Bells come in. We're going to do news. So Belzer at the book party last night.
You know, I always thought Belzer was taller.
He used to be taller.
Is he shrinking?
Yeah, he did. Belzer's doing pretty good. He's on some show.
Homicide.
Yeah. I think he's feeling real good about himself because he's like,
well, it's so critically well reviewed, and it's going up in the ratings.
There he is. Hey, you used to be taller, didn't you?
No, it's just
Bells is growing this really bad mustache.
Yeah, what's that for?
For some part, he's gonna be in a movie with Tori Spelling where he kills her.
And he needs a mustache.
She kills you?
I play a Colombian gangster, so I figured I'd grow a mustache, but I didn't know it was going to be
a Jewish Colombian gangster.
Listen, don't fool around with me, mister, all right? I put a bullet...
So Bells grew a mustache, and Bells is like an older guy.
Bells has a terrible mustache.
Yeah, it's like really bad.
It was like...
Well, it's better than Fred's.
And he tries to make it... What are you going to do, darken that or something?
Okay, I get that idea. I need mascara under my nose.
And he thinks it's not going to look like Bells.
Like a big smudge under his nose.
He thinks he's going to look like a Colombian because he has a mustache.
Here's how I'm going to play the Colombian.
Yeah, right, let me see.
I'll show you. Like this. You do that again, and I'll blow you up. You know,
yeah, right, there it is. The Bells.
That Groucho. But, ladies and gentlemen, when I came to this country... So here, can I tell a cute story about
what?
The party last night?
Is it real long? Because we got to get out of here.
It's a 30-second... You mean leave the building?
We have to go...
Yes,
we're going to go shoot a basketball game. I'm playing Martin Landau's... You know that girl that was kissing Martin Landau on the Academy Awards?
His granddaughter?
Yeah. I'm playing her in basketball today.
Well, just drive a stake through her heart and you'll win. But let me just tell you this quick... Cute story. I'm at Robin's fabulous party... And I come in and...
Bells, you got dry mouth?
Yeah, I do. Can I get some water?
Yeah.
Did you just walk through the door?
Yeah, I just ran in here. I just came back from Europe.
Here's Bells talking. Hi.
Cheap Coke. But when I came to this country...
Right.
So this is jet lag and running.
You just smoked some weed, I bet.
Not at this hour.
Hey, you're dry.
Bells doesn't even talk about smoking weed anymore ever since he got that part.
Because he's a TV actor now.
Bells every year... Listen to this. This is a real quick story.
No,
Bells
babe.
every year used to go over to, Holland.
No, I didn't. I never went once.
Didn't you go to that dope festival?
No, you outed me last year because I was thinking of going.
Yeah.
You never went?
And then Schaefer called me up and said, you can't go there, man.
Well, let me do this. High Times throws this thing every year. High Times magazine.
The Bud Bowl.
The Cannabis Cup. Right.
Yeah. Cannabis Cup.
High Times. And you know what's embarrassing? When you're in your 40s and you still read High Times.
And knowing the name of it is ridiculous.
How about being 50 and reading? But the Bells always enjoyed a little pot. And, and a little schnapps. So,
I'll do some schnapps.
Yeah, a little schnapps and pot. So they invited him to this Cannabis Cup where they have celebrities. And,
judges, right.
They try to get celebrity judges.
And what you do is you smoke a bunch of pot and decide which one is the best.
Yeah, after the first one, how do you know?
Chips Enough from Enough's Enough, which it was a band.
Yeah.
David Lee Roth was there.
Yeah. And these guys...
All people who've been arrested before.
Right. So they go over, and what you do is each little hash house, they have a little shop that sells it. You go to each one, you smoke, and then you try to eat something to clear your palate. And then
what does that do? You're all foggy in the brain.
You eat a hash brownie to clean your palate.
Chip told me, he goes into one shop, he says, give me your finest hash. And he smokes, and they have to give it to him because the Cannabis Cup pays for it.
Right.
And he's smoking his brains out. Yeah, and then he smokes it and he goes, this was good. And then he goes to a little cafe, then he eats. All right, then he mellows out a little bit, goes into the next place, and then he goes, give me your finest, marijuana. And then he sits there and he smokes it, and he says, this is a full day, almost into the night. You can hit 3 to 5.
Project there?
Yeah, you hit 3 to 5 hash shops.
Now, if they had a hooker contest.
Yeah, that's
you have
different.
one in the morning, you have a little something to eat, then you have another one. Yeah.
So anyway, Bells was all excited he was going, and he even said to me, yeah, I'm going.
No, I said, do you think I should go? I asked you on the air.
Yeah.
And then they came in, Enough's Enough?
Yeah. And they said, you got to go, little brother.
Yeah,
you got to go. So Bells got all caught up in it, and then all of a sudden...
He was going.
Oh, then Paul Schaefer said, you can't go there. You're not contraband anymore.
Right, because you got a job on a network
I
show.
got a real job.
You're legit.
I'm paying the rent.
Yeah, but it's legal over there.
I know. I'm not saying I wouldn't go there and do it unpublicized.
Right. It's just you didn't want any...
I mean, I go to Heroin Island every fall.
Yeah, right.
You have gone there unpublicized.
Yeah. How is Heroin Island?
Heroin Island, I don't remember.
Is it nice? What do you clear your palate?
I was in the Nod Squad.
Yeah, what do they clear your palate with there?
Hervé Villechaize comes out and gives you heroin.
Is he still around?
No, he's dead. That's why you can say that.
That's a hiatus.
Heroin Island.
He still gets you high.
Right, hiatus.
Cute story. I come into the party last night, and Kreskin, the mentalist, comes over to me and goes, hey, how are you? And and don't we look alike? And how are you?
And he gets right in your face.
And boom, boom, 5-minute conversation, 2 inches from my face.
Did he shake your hand?
Yeah, broke
real
my arm.
hard, broke your arm.
Pumped it like,
I wouldn't shake his hand, and I told him I wouldn't. I said, I'm going to shake your hand.
Well, he should have known you wouldn't have shaken his hand.
Yeah, but then I did shake his hand, and then
you were sorry.
Haley was standing next to us, and he shook it so hard it cracked her in the collarbone, and she was like in pain.
Yeah, he really pumps it.
Yeah.
So I talked to him for 5 minutes face to face, right? Half hour later, he comes over to me with my brother, who looks like me, my brother. You saw my brother.
Yeah.
And he was talking to my brother for 20 minutes thinking it was me. Here's the great mentalist.
Yeah, right.
Kreskin. So Jackie has a funny story. Jackie goes, tell him what you said.
I told him earlier, it's like ridiculous. Because the goof immediately is to goof on him.
Because he's a mentalist.
Because his act is that he knows everything. And I go up to him and say,
especially a comedian.
hey, how did you know there was a party? Ha, ha, ha. And he goes, oh, I got an invitation. He's not in on the joke.
No sense of humor.
No idea.
Yeah. No idea you're goofing around.
Before he shook my hand the first time, I said, before you say anything, how much money do I have on me? He goes, what do you mean? I said, don't you predict where your check is? He goes, no, that's all fixed.
Yeah, stupid. Wait, that's all set up at a club.
I didn't set it up.
Yeah.
He said, I've lost $51,000 in New Zealand.
He's a weird dude, man. And he gets right in your face and starts talking.
Well,
and Kreskin doesn't have great breath. True? Am I right?
I didn't get that close.
Yeah, I did. He gets right in my face. He's like in love with me or
But
something.
you're so tall. How did he do that?
I don't know. He gets right up to me.
He
and it's
levitates.
Like, yeah. I don't know. I guess, it'd been a long day or something.
Do I get the water, or do I have to go down on someone?
I don't know. Hey, Baba Booey, how about the water? How about the water?
Come on, guys. Give me a break.
Yeah, let's do it.
I brought back an item from European News that Robin should read. Can I give it to her?
Hey, can we just do the regular news?
This is really...
Are you here to promote anything?
No. Well, I'm doing a movie with Tori Spelling called Shattered for NBC.
Did you see her on... You watch 90210? Probably not.
That's my area code. No, I don't know. I don't really watch it. Here. Yeah. Go ahead.
She has got breasts now. Her breasts have blown up. Yeah, she is good. I'm a big fan.
Yeah,
she's one of my favorite gals on TV.
You know the story about her auditioning for that? She changed her name. She didn't get it because she's spelling.
Yeah, sure.
That's true.
Yeah. Okay.
Very few people know
And
that.
her father didn't recognize her, huh?
Right.
Yeah.
He goes, I think that's my daughter, but she's disguised.
Yeah.
I think that's Oprah Winfrey.
She looks just like my daughter, but her name's different.
Without that weird hat.
Yeah. Gee, honey, you really fooled me. Good for you.
I got to give this to Robin.
Well, don't give it to her in the commercial, okay?
All right.
Mellow out.
You got to read this, Robin.
Let me take a break. And
Do what you got to do, man.
all right, and we'll be back right after these words with all the news.
And I have other promos. Other things to promote.
Do you really?
I did a movie with Joey Lawrence.
Hey, big deal.
Well, I want to sell my
Joey
phone.
Lawrence.
Joey Lawrence?
Is that something to brag
Are we
about?
on the air?
No. Is that something to brag about?
He's actually a great guy, and he's a good actor. He's a wonderful kid.
Do you know
He's a
anybody
huge
who's
star.
not a good actor?
Yeah, a lot of people.
Yeah. Anyone who won't work with him.
That's right.
All of a sudden, Bells was like not even a comedian anymore. He's an actor.
No, he's connected, and now he's getting nice. Do you notice that?
Yeah. He used to goof
He
on
used to
everybody.
have opinions.
Let's
he doesn't
talk
have
about the
them.
government. You'll hear on. Oh, we're off the air.
No, I'm lying.
Oh, I'm sorry.
All right, let's take a break.
Funny.
You didn't know you were on the air?
No, I didn't.
If you knew you were on the air, would you ever say Joey Lawrence was a good guy?
Yeah, he's a good guy.
Yeah, okay.
No, really. He is.
All right, let's take a break, and we'll be back right after
That was
these words.
funny.
All right.